conference, Innovations for a Sustainable Future, Bridging Science, Society and Policy. We will now move on to the next session of paper presentations. It is our privilege to invite Dr. Georgie K.E. to chair the upcoming paper presentation session. Dr. Georgie holds an MSc and PhD with specializations in psychology and counseling and has an impressive record of academic and administrative contributions. He has served as the head of the Department of Chemistry at Mathoma College, Tungatara, and has held key positions including coordinator of the University of Calicut National Service Scheme, academic council member at the University of Calicut, and chairman of the Board of Studies for Chemistry, UG. He has also been director of the Mar Gregorius Knowledge Center, a member of the Higher Education Commission of the Malankara Catholic Church, and secretary of the Kerala Catholic Council. Currently, he directs Mastermind Classes and Innovations Private Limited. We are honored to have his guidance and expertise for the session. And now I request Dr. Georgie K.E. to kindly take the chair. Sir, please.
Thank you, Diva. Okay, respected dignitaries, moderators, dear participants, and the scholars presenting the purpose. This is the last session of the two-day international e-conference organized by St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi and the Catholic University, Albania, regarding innovations of sustainable future, bridging science, society, and policy. As you know, the sustainable future of the mankind depends not only on the existing and the newly discovered scientific innovations, but also how it is implemented in the society by the policymakers. As you know, or we can say, sustainable development is the need of the hour. The developed nations are far ahead in this comparing to the developing and underdeveloped nations. For a balanced growth, sharing of technology and resources are essential. In this session, we have 5 purposes for presentation. The first one is by Mrs. Alina and Jos and Dr. Dinesh Raj. I cordially invite Ms. Alina and Jos to present their presentation.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Okay, is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I am Alina Anjos, here to present my paper on the topic Green Synthesis of Sodium Molybdate Nanoparticle using Leaf Extract of Trichopa ceylanicus, GEOTEC. Nanoparticle is one of the most rapidly developing areas of the science today. Nanoparticles have very small size and large surface area and show its unique physical and chemical properties and have wide applications in the field of medicine, energy, electronics, and also environmental protection. And however, the most conventional synthesis methods use hazardous chemicals and are expensive. So the concept of green synthesis have emerged nowadays, and it utilizes the biological materials such as plant extract or some other.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt. Your slide is not changing, it is still.
Okay.
It's fine, ma'am. You may proceed.
Ma'am, can I turn off my video? I think I have a low network. Hello? Is it visible?
Ma'am? Hello,
okay.
ma'am?
Yes.
It's visible? If you are finding difficulty, we are here to assist you in displaying and navigating your slide.
Is it visible?
Right now it is
Yeah, yeah.
visible. If you are facing any difficulty, we are here to assist you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
You may continue with the third slide.
Okay, okay. Okay. The sodium molybdenum nanoparticle was synthesized, and it have wide applications in the biomedical field, in antimicrobial, antioxidant, anti-cancer studies. Also, in it have wide applications in environmental protection, such as in wastewater treatment, photocatalysis, and also it can break down pollutants. It also have wide applications in energy storage sections, and the Trichoba ceylanicus, the well-known Arrogapacha, is a plant which have a wide array of phytochemicals but was not yet utilized for nanosynthesis. Is the slide changing? Hello?
No, ma'am. Your slide is not changing. It's still the same.
Uh, is this
Yes,
visible?
maybe. Yes, visible.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's fine.
Okay, okay. Then I will do it like this. The conventional methods of synthesizing sodium molybdate are costly and hazardous. So, a green synthesis approach, which is both eco-friendly as well as a cost-effective method, is utilized in my study. Um, Hence, the main objective of the study was to develop an eco-friendly sodium molybdenum nanoparticle, and then was characterized and also assess its biological activity and safety by antibacterial assay as well as the seed germination assay. The specific objectives included to synthesize the sodium molybdenum nanoparticle using leaf extract of the Trichoba ceylanicus, to characterize the nanoparticle using X-ray diffraction, UV visible spectroscopy, and FESM analysis, also to conduct antibacterial and seed germination assay of the synthesized nanoparticle to understand the bioactivity and safety of the synthesized nanoparticles. The method utilized were as follows. The Trichopa ceylanicus leaf, which was the study material utilized as a reducing agent for nanosynthesis, was collected from the college greenhouse, which was procured for a previous study and was collected and shade dried. Then the nanoparticles were synthesized by a method of Nuna et al. And was like this. The leaf extract was obtained, and 80 ml of sodium molybdate precursor was added to the 20 ml of leaf extract. Thus, NaOH pellets were utilized to adjust the pH to 7, and after stirring it at 60 degrees Celsius for some time, and it was dried overnight at 90 degrees Celsius in hot air oven and was calcinated to obtain the sodium molybdate nanoparticle. And the synthesized nanoparticles were characterized using XRD, UV visible spectroscopy, and FESM analysis. Agar-Well diffusion method was utilized. It's an antibacterial assay to check the biological activity of the nanoparticles against the bacterial growth. Also, a seed germination assay was conducted to assess the safety of the nanoparticle. The statistical tools applied in the study includes mean and standard deviation, which was used to calculate the data, and also the graphs and tables were used to organize and visually present the results for better interpretation. The main limitations and the scope of the study includes the limitation was that the first one is the synthesis and characterization of the nanoparticles were limited to laboratory scale experiment, as well as the antibacterial study was tested only against a few selected bacterial strain, and the biological activity were preliminary and not extended to in vivo or field level trials. And the main scope of the study is that the study demonstrate the potentiality of the trichobus leaf extract to synthesize a nanoparticle, and it showcased its reducing and ability for be applied as a reducing and stabilizing agent. It's also an eco-friendly, cost-effective synthesis method for sodium molybdenate nanoparticle, and it lays groundwork for future studies on large-scale synthesis and characterization and in vivo testing to validate in industrial, pharmaceutical, and agriculture applications. The main results in the obtained during the study are an X-ray diffraction study was utilized to characterize the nanoparticle and was outsourced at the Department of Physics, TKM College of Arts and Science, Kollam. And an extra deep plot was plotted, and it showed sharp and intense peak, and characteristic peaks were shown at 700 degrees Celsius, and the peak values matched with the JCPDS data file number, which was corresponding to that of the nanoparticle sodium molybdenate, and thus confirmed its identity. Also, it was found that the nanoparticles have an orthorhombic crystalline structure. Also, a field emission scanning electroscopic microscopic study was conducted, which was outsourced at the Department of Physics, CUSAT, and it showed a surface morphology which were nanoflakes with a layered morphology. Also, UV visible spectroscopic analysis was conducted at the Department of Physics of Bishamur College, Mavelikara, and the nanoparticles were analyzed at different wavelengths, and the wavelengths ranged from 200 to 800 nanometer, and was from the graph, the direct band gap energy of 4.3 electron volt was obtained for the nanoparticle. Thus, it was confirmed that the nanoparticle
We are running
possesses
short on
wide
time.
application.
Could you please wrap up
Okay.
your presentation in a minute?
Okay, ma'am. Thus, it possesses wide applications in environmental protection. Also, an antibacterial assay was conducted, and out of 7 bacteria which were tested, and only it showed an activity, a meager inhibition zone of against Klebsiella pneumonia. So, it shows that it show an activity against Klebsiella pneumonia, but it shows its selective ability to show antibacterial activity. Also, seed germination assay was carried out to analyze the safety of the nanoparticle, and it showed that it outperformed the control, which was the distilled water, and it didn't show any inhibition or toxic effect against the seed germination. So we can conclude that it has an enhancement effect to the root and shoot elongation of the green gram seeds which were tested, and thus it reveals its agricultural potentiality to be used as a micronutrient for plant growth. So these were the main findings of the study. And to conclude, the nanoparticle, sodium molybdenate nanoparticle, were synthesized using the leaf extract of the Trichobius ceylanicus, which was a novel approach and was characterized using XRD, FESM, and UV visible spectroscopic methods. And it revealed that it had an orthorhombic crystalline structure with nanoflake layered morphology and have a direct band gap of 4.3 electron volt, which suggests that it have wide applications in the field of photocatalysis and electrocatalysis. Also, it showed a meager inhibition zone against the growth of Klebsiella pneumonia, and it also promoted the germination and growth of the seeds, which also showed that it is non-toxic as well as it have agricultural potential. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ms. Alina, for your excellent presentation and also the excellent work done, because it is a excellent green chemistry work for the preparation of nanoparticles in the sodium or molybdenate ions. And as you see on your observation are found to be, so this presentation you have studied about the mainly regarding the medical and other things. Then let me invite queries and other questions from the participants. So it is session for the queries and participations from the, queries and further clarifications regarding the presentation from the participants. Okay, Ms. Alina, you have prepared the nanoparticles, and have you observed the size range of this particle?
Yes, sir. It had a nanoscale size range in one dimension. All other dimensions were greater than the nanoscale.
Okay, okay. Then you are using the extract of this Arogya Pacha. It's an excellent green chemistry methodology. Of course, it should be appreciated. Then regarding the structure, as you know, the medical properties mainly depends on the method of synthesis, size, and the morphology of the surface. Then your studies shows that the structure seems to be orthorhombic. Okay, it is from the X-ray diffraction studies. But the FESM, that is field emission scanning electron microscopy, it shows what is called a layered morphology. Have you examined the details of the layered morphology? Because all the medical activities depends on that layered morphology and size. Do you examine all morphological details of the layers?
No, sir. We have to do the further.
Okay, okay. And that is an excellent scope for that research. And another one is your UV spectroscopy shows a band gap correspond to what is called 4.3 electron volt. Actually, this shows that this nanoparticle has an excellent photocatalysis and electrocatalysis properties. And in the paper itself, you says that it has an immense scope for the study. So what actually I felt is this paper has the potential scope for the study of this molybdate ions or the nanomolybdate for its surface study and also its electrophotochemical studies. Thank you for your presentation and thank you for your excellent paper.
Thank you, sir.
The next presentation is by Messrs. Dr. Alka E. Varghese and Biju Abraham. I cordially invite Dr. Alka to present the presentation.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, I'm sorry. Is the slide visible, ma'am? Is my presentation visible, ma'am?
No, ma'am, your presentation is not visible.
Okay, just a moment, ma'am. Now, is it visible?
No, ma'am.
No, actually, I'm sharing it, but somehow it's not coming up. Just a moment. Share it. Now, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. You may
Okay.
proceed.
Yeah. Honorable dignitaries, Honorable Chair of the session, a very good afternoon to everyone. I am making a presentation on rice crop residues as renewable resources, minimizing waste and enhancing energy prospects. We know that India is one of the largest generators of crop residues, near about 500 million tons of crop residues we are producing. And in them, cereal crops account for generating maximum residues. Several countries, they openly burn their crop residues to dispose them, as is obvious in this graph. UP in India is the maximum generator of crop residues, near about 22 million tons it is producing, while followed by Punjab, which produces 20 million tons. Now, the result of the burning of crop residue is that they release excess toxic gases, which is detrimental to both environment and human health. So in this perspective, we decided to analyze some techniques by which crop residue management can be brought about. So we studied low-cost techniques like residue retention, composting, and mulching, and advanced techniques like torrefaction, pyrolysis, and gasification. In residue retention, we are retaining the residues within the field itself, while in mulching, we are making a protective covering on the soil. I'm passing through this due to time constraint. Torrefaction is a thermal process that involves heating the biomass or wood in a low oxygen or inert atmosphere, typically between 200 to 300 degrees Celsius. We have this, we make the biopelletization, and in making the pellets, what we do is the process involves grinding and drying the raw material, which is then compressed using a pellet press. Now here, rice straw is compressed into small pellets of uniform shape and size with a diameter ranging from 6 to 12 millimeter and a length of up to 25 millimeter. Now here we have a field photo of rice straws, how it is ground, and then the pellets have been shown over here. In this picture, we can find two types of pellets over here. The left side, we have rice straw pellets which have not been treated. They are not torrefied, while on the right side, we have the torrefied rice pellets, which are carbon-rich, coal-compatible, and capable of being co-fired in the thermal power plants, thereby replacing a portion of fossil coal and reducing overall carbon emission. In this presentation, I would like to narrate a case study by Kikan and Girija in 2025, where they narrated a success story of producing torrefied pellets by Beyond Drilling and Exploration Private Limited, a company based in New Delhi. This whole story starts when, in 2017, the Ministry of Power issued the policy for biomass utilization for power generation through co-firing in pulverized coal-fired boilers, where it was the notice was issued that the thermal power companies should try to co-fire the coal along with these rice straw pellets. Now, the problem came more than procurement. The limitations that came were the low calorific value, and more than that, the higher moisture absorption tendency of these pellets that led to more amount of fungus formation and short duration of storage. They could not store it for a longer period of time. And the problem was so intense that even till 22-23, less than 1% of co-firing was done at most of the plants. And it is at this scenario that this particular firm, Beyond Drilling and Exploration Private Limited, comes into scene. They started producing torrefied biomass pellets, which was shown to offer a superior technical and environmental profile compared to the conventional biomass. Now, what were their advantages? After passing through a low oxygen thermal treatment at 250 to 300 degrees Celsius, torrefaction removes volatiles and moisture, improving the fuel's characteristic to closely resemble that of the coal. So this is the torrefied product, which I showed before. And because of this, the torrefied pellets started having more advantages like higher calorific value, 4,500 to 5,200 kilocalorie per kg. They were more hydrophobic, which means they were more moisture resistant, less fungal attack chances, and they were ideal for longer storage. And because of this, more and more companies started buying, or this firm started supplying the torrefied biomass pellets to multiple state utilities like Haryana Power Generation Corporation Limited, Punjab State Power Corporation Limited, NTPC, APCPL Jhajjar, which is a private company in that matter, etc. Now, the reason why this company succeeded was his decentralized model of pellet production from the paddy straw, which was backed by local storage hubs. It was a public-private partnership that demonstrated the scalability and viability of this model across India's agri-region. India produces 500 million tons of crop residues annually, and if even 15 to 20% of this residue is torrefied and pelletized, it could replace 100 to 120 million tons of fossil coal annually, accounting for nearly 30% of current coal usage in power plants. In fact, in a very recent circular press released by MOEFCC, the QM has directed the state governments of Haryana and Punjab to mandate all brick kilns located in these districts for co-firing with paddy straw-based biomass pellets. And this is not something which is unattainable, because there are external agency reports, example by FAO in 2022. In the report it submitted, they said that pellet production from rice straw is technically possible and economically viable in almost all districts of Punjab. And this has the potential to reduce the coal use in thermal power plants across India. For example, if even 15% of the straw were to be used, 3.5 million tons of pellets could be produced, thus satisfying 72% of the target. So this crop residue is something that has to be taken very seriously, and the organic matter of agricultural residue has immense potential trapped within it, which if tapped to the fullest can even generate fuel and electricity in the future. In this presentation, we tried to compile the various ways in which the energy contained within the organic matter of crop, especially rice crop residue, could be unleashed using various technologies. In conclusion, agricultural residues should not be regarded as mere waste. Rather, with appropriate strategies and interventions, they can be harnessed as significant sources of renewable energy. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Dukka, for your wonderful presentation. Now we invite questions from the participants regarding this session. Okay, then I need a clarification. This torrefied pellets production, is it possible in the district of Kerala, like Palakkad or Kuttanad?
We cannot say it is not possible, but the main constraint over here is the abundant mass and a continuous supply. And in India, the major agricultural belt that has been studied is the north, that Ganga-Yamuna belt, that river belt of Punjab, UP, and Haryana. Kerala can have, but little constraint will be there.
Okay. Then the government of India has introduced a new policy on May 14th, 2025 regarding this absorption of biogas co-firing.
Okay.
Are you aware of that?
No, okay. Biogas gas co-firing, actually this circular also I got while I was hunting down for this crop residue management.
Okay. But it is actually for the enhancement of this pellets production. That is minimum 7% of the coal using NTPC should use these pellets. That's the major. Okay. For time constraint, I'm not going to discuss it. Okay. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. Thank you. Now I invite Mrs. Mufida Eti and Lamia for the presentation of their paper.
Good afternoon, respected dignitaries and of days. Myself, Lamia Parmi, presenting this paper with my co-researcher Mufida Eti. Both are from Department of Social Work, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. Here, we are very pleased to get a chance to present a paper in the topic Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning for Sustainability. When we try to learn more about this topic, first of all, we must know about what is artificial intelligence and machine learning and sustainability. We all know that today's world faces many issues like climate change, energy problems, and depletion of natural resources, etc. Traditional methods are not enough to handle these problems effectively. In this context, artificial intelligence and machine learning is not just a convenience, it's becoming a solution. In this presentation, we mostly focused on to find solutions on the following questions. First one is what is artificial intelligence and machine learning? And the second one is the significance of artificial intelligence and machine learning in sustainability and the future potential of these technologies in creating or building a more equitable and smarter society. Sustainable development and sustainability have emerged as some of the most pressing global challenges of 21st century. As societies strive to balance economic growth, social well-being, and environmental protection, rapid advances in technology, particularly artificial intelligence and machine learning, offer transformative opportunities to address these challenges. First of all, sustainability means meeting our present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet theirs. We can analyze sustainability by focusing on one of the following three dimensions, such as economic, social, and environmental. Technology plays a key role in creating smart, efficient, and eco-friendly solutions. Among all these modern technologies, artificial intelligence and machine learning are most promising. In simple words, artificial intelligence, that means AI, the ability of machines to mimic human intelligence and decision making, while machine learning, that means a branch of AI that allows a system to learn from data and improve automatically. Uh, the key objectives of this study is to understand how artificial intelligence and machine learning can support sustainable development. And another one is to identify the major areas where AI and ML are applied, such as energy, agriculture, and environment. To study how these technologies help in reducing waste, saving energy, and protecting natural resources, etc. To analyze the benefits and challenges of using AI and ML for sustainability also. And last one is to explore the future possibilities of using intelligent technologies for a greener and smarter world. Secondary data method as used we used as the research methodology and reviewed many papers and case studies related to AI and sustainability, and also identified real world examples of AI and ML in agriculture, energy, and environment management in social media website also. We used these are the research methodology we used in this study. When we move to the result and analysis part, we mostly focused on environmental applications, socio-economic implications, and AI for sustainability and ML for sustainability, etc. Now, I invite my co-author, Mufida, to learn more about the part result and analysis.
I'm explaining resultant analysis in our paper. The analysis indicate that these technologies are increasingly pivotal in addressing climate change, optimizing resource use, and enabling evidence-based decision making. However, their implementation is not without socio-economic, ethical, and governance concerns. First one is environmental applications. Renewable energy predicts solar and wind power output to stabilize energy grids. Agriculture ML enables precision farming, improving yield while reducing water, fertilizer, and pesticide use. That helps in reducing ecological footprint while maintaining productivity. Next, socio-economic implications promote inclusive data-based policy making. Example, identifying climate vulnerable communities. Risk of digital divide, unequal access to AI benefits between rich and poor regions. Opportunities for systemic change. AI and ML should be seen as tool for transformation, not just technology. It can integrate across energy, agriculture, urban planning, and conservation. AI for sustainability. According to Berlander Report 1987, AI reduced ecological footprint by improving governance and efficiency. Last one is ML for sustainability. ML improves energy efficiency, waste management, transportation, agriculture, and climate modeling. Can predict natural disaster, example, floods, wildfires. To improve preparedness leads to better resource use and reduced environmental impact. The limitations of our studies. This study is mainly theoretical and does not include practical experiments or fieldwork. Next is data is collected from available sources. Some information may change over time. Another one is rapid development and AI and machine learning means that new finding may emerge after the completion of this paper. The last one is it is limited to a few selected areas: agriculture, energy, and environment. The scope of our studies, this study focuses on understanding how artificial intelligence and machine learning contribute to sustainable development. Second is it mainly covers applications in agriculture, energy management, and environmental protection. The study highlights the benefits, challenges, and future possibilities using intelligent technologies for sustainability. The last is the aim is to promote awareness of how AI and machine learning can support a greener and smarter future. Let me conclude. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are powerful tools that can help solve global sustainability challenges. These technologies improve efficiency, reduce waste, and support smarter use of natural resources. From agriculture to energy and environment, AI and ML create innovative ways to protect our planet. However, we must also use them responsibly to avoid issues like high energy use and data bias. If applied wisely, AI and ML can lead us toward a greener, smarter, and more sustainable future. Thank you.
Okay, thank you both Mufida and Lamia for your excellent presentation. Then I invite questions from our participants regarding this. Okay, then I have only one question, that is, can you explain one of the examples of this machine learning in agriculture use?
Artificial
Agriculture use.
intelligence. Okay, sir.
Pardon?
Artificial intelligence and
Machine
machine
learning.
learning are powerful tools that can help to solve global sustainability challenges. We all know that from agriculture to energy, environment, and AI, artificial intelligence and AI can create many problems and technologies. From all these, that it is clear that AI and ML can make our world more efficient, eco-friendly, and sustainable for future world. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. Thank you once again.
Thank
Miss Mufida and Lamia, you got a question in the chat box.
you.
The question is this: in the current socio-political climate, how do artificial intelligence and machine learning function as both enablers and inhibitors of sustainable development? And what are the implications for policy and governance?
Sorry, ma'am, please repeat the question.
Yeah, sure. In the current socio-political climate, how do artificial intelligence and machine learning function as both enablers and inhibitors of sustainable development? And what are the implications of policy and governance?
Okay, it is clear that from this paper, the traditional methods are not enough to handle these problems effectively. In such a manner, artificial intelligence and such modern technologies create a powerful role in current socio-political climate and etc. in such a field. Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Mufida and Lamia.
Okay, thank you.
Now I invite Mrs. Amala Anna Anil and Roberto Francis Sibi for their presentation.
Is the screen visible?
Yes, the screen is visible.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
And am I visible?
Yeah, you are visible too.
Yes. So good afternoon, one and all. I am Amala Anna Anil from Assumption College, Chagnasheri, and my co-author, Hubert Francis Sibi from St. Thomas College, Pali, Kottayam, are here to present a seminar on the topic Towards a Greener Menstruation, a study to analyze and curb the issue of menstrual waste in India. Beginning with the introduction, menstruation is a natural physiological process and is universally experienced by a vast cohort of individuals. However, the environmentally consequential disposal of the menstrual waste, encompassing sanitary pads, tampons, and related products, pose formidable challenges to both ecology as well as sustainable development. It's mainly due to the societal stigma as well as a lack of awareness, issues related to accessibility, affordability, and acceptability. Overcoming these impediments assumes paramount significance in fostering sustainable menstrual practices, as well as contributing to a more ecologically viable future. This research on the issue of menstrual waste in India systematically examines the challenges associated with menstrual waste management. It delves into the diverse menstrual products implied on the environmental ramifications. The inquiry also incorporates an extensive survey conducted on a pan India basis to illuminate the sustainable alternatives and practices. Moving on to the problem statement, India is facing severe multifaceted menstrual waste crisis as rooted in the environmental pollution, significant public health risk, as well as systemic failures. While national cleanliness initiatives, including Swachh Bharat, have overlooked it, the disposal of menstrual waste has created a critical challenge. The core problem statements of our research include the following: the massive environmental burden. For instance, India disposes over 12 billion plastic sanitary pads annually. The dual public health crisis, which relates to the affordability, accessibility, and acceptability relating to the access to various healthy, sustainable menstrual products, and the unhygienic management of the same can lead to the percolation of various bacteria and other epidemics can also follow this. Thirdly, the systemic and societal failure, including taboos, fears, as well as other societal stigma related to menstruation as well as menstrual products. Moving on to the third slide, the objectives of the study. The objectives of the study include to underscore the imperative of understanding India's burgeoning crisis in menstrual waste management. Secondly, to discern the array of menstrual products utilized by menstruating individuals in India. Thirdly, to scrutinize the adverse effect associated with commonly employed as well as widely prevalent menstrual products such as sanitary pads and tampons. Then, to assess the inclination and accessibility towards these same, as well as to elucidate upon various policies and measures that could be instituted in multifaceted as well as stakeholder approach to mitigate India's predicament in menstrual waste management as well as fostering sustainability. Moving on to the research methodology. This study includes both primary as well as secondary sources. The primary data was collected through a pan-Indian survey, which had around 230 respondents from all over India and included both menstruators as well as non-menstruators. The survey was inclusive of 20 questions. Some were cross-ended as well as some others were open-ended. While the cross-ended questions related to the choices and other frequency-related methodology, the open-ended questions related and gave us insights on how the opinions, how the perceptions were, how ready the society was for the upcoming changes towards a sustainable menstruation. Then the secondary sources included a wide variety of literature review as well as academic journals, NGO reports, international guidelines, as well as the national government guidelines and other sustainable development models. The statistical tools applied in the study, as I mentioned just before, include the primary collection of an online survey, So the frequency had around 230 survey respondents, and it was divided into two frequencies, one of the quantitative type and the other one was the descriptive type relating to the patterns, trends, changes, etc. For example, from the survey, we came to know that a huge chunk of population, around 70.87% of the menstruators, use traditional sanitary pads instead of sustainable alternatives. Moving on to the limitations and the scope of the study. The scope of the study, this research investigates the insignificant environmental as well as public health hazards posed by menstrual waste in India, a country that generates approximately 12.3 billion sanitary napkins annually. Secondly, it incorporates a comprehensive pan-India online survey to identify current disposal practices, user preferences, as well as potential for adopting sustainable alternatives. Thirdly, the findings of the same research are intended to provide an evidence based framework that can help governmental policies and implementation strategies for sustainable waste management through various stakeholder approaches, starting from individual towards the national community. Ultimately, this research aims to contribute to the necessary shift towards greener menstruation as well as sustainable management. The limitations of the study include the limitations of the survey itself, considering it was a very minuscule respondent group, not totally responsive of the entire population of India. Then the methodology might have led to underrepresentation of key demography, particularly from like individuals of certain age groups, considering the survey was done online. Then thirdly, there might be a response bias from the participants of the survey, as well as there might be implementation hurdles to the wide scale suggestions that may be provided. Moving on to the data results of the survey. Regarding the product usage, we have came to the conclusion from the survey respondents that the disposable products, including plastic sanitary pads, dominate the usage. Around 62.5% reported using conventional disposable sanitary pads, along with another 30.3% reportedly using sustainable alternatives, while some others are using other options like cloth. The next data we have is regarding a major environmental concern, that is around 31.9% of the respondents reported incinerating, that is burning their menstrual waste, which can, even though in the prima facie seen as a very sustainable practice than to defill it in their landfill, it actually creates carbon monoxide, which is highly toxic and again has many other ramifications, even in the case of air pollutions as well as ozone depletion and many more. Thirdly, we have a huge taboo that's persisting in the Indian society, which is a social barrier which has to be addressed in the Indian societal phenomenon. Especially when it comes to the case with this dichotomy, there is a huge issue of accessibility to any type of hygiene products, and there is this affordability issue. While the plastic sanitary pads seem affordable for per piece, there might be around 6 to 10 rupees, while the other alternatives, including the bamboo pads or the other menstrual cups, etc., may in the single buy might seem exorbitant for them to adopt. And again, at least having something is preferred or having better ones. So that is a societal stigma that's existing. Again, there is this huge fear of using menstrual cups and menstrual discs, which are considered fairly feasible as well as all sustainable alternatives. Then coming to the critical insight that we have received from this survey is a very strong willingness to change. That is, despite all these challenges of the dichotomy of accessibility, affordability, and acceptability, the participants of the survey revealed a crucial opportunity for progressing towards a greener menstruation. That is, while an overwhelming 77.82% of the menstruators are willing to switch to eco-friendly menstrual products if they are made accessible and affordable. So that is the key that we have to maintain. So moving on to the findings and suggestions. The key findings of this research project include the following. As seen from the survey, unsustainable menstrual products dominate the usage. And then there is a major awareness practice gap, even though many of the menstruators and the
product users are aware of the ecological changes, ecological damages it might cause. There is a huge practice in practice. When it comes to practice, many of them are still relying on the age-old conventional plastic bags, maybe because of, for example, those who are staying in hostel may find it hard to clean and make it properly use the menstrual cups or the cloth pads, etc. While some others feel the long-lasting pads may be comfortable more than the other products, such that. Then there is huge lack of knowledge and social pressure, including, like for example, there was this open-ended question in the survey: would you shift to menstrual cups or any other products if you are given an opportunity with affordability? Many of them were saying, no, we are just feared of using that. We have heard our family members talking it's not that healthy and
Hello,
safe
ma'am.
like that. Yes, we
Pardon
are
me
winding
for
up.
interrupting.
Yes,
Could you
ma'am,
please
winding up.
wrap up your presentation,
Yes.
please?
Yes, ma'am. So moving on to the suggestions we have. The primary suggestion we have is to implement a multi-level strategy by engaging the various stakeholders from individuals to corporate, societal, and government level. For individuals, we can use a conscious choices as well as proper segregation that start from the source. Then, regarding the corporate sphere, we can introduce the CSR initiatives, that is CSR as well as the extended producer responsibilities from the corporates as well as the producers of such products. Then we have to provide a societal awareness and sensitization, as well as through the governmental bodies, we can give subsidies to sustainable alternative productions as well as implement stricter EPA policies and etc. And the key is to implement and ensure accessibility as well as affordability to the same. So, moving on to the conclusion, just because of the dichotomy as well as deep-rooted stigma as well as lack of awareness and accessibility, India is still facing a huge chunk of menstrual waste issue, and this has to be tackled if we are to move towards a sustainable management, because most of the people are moving through a menstrual phase, and that's a very crucial issue to deal with. So it's the need of the hour to reach out to sustainable alternatives as well as sustainable alternatives which we already have, including menstrual cloth pads like cloth pads and banana fiber pads, etc. And we can ensure a more wider use through, we can maybe start the initiative from students itself. They can start a innovation hub in college, etc. to make it widely available.
ma'am.
And thank
Hello,
you.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now it's the time.
Finished.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Amala, for your excellent presentation.
Thank
Now
you,
it is time for questions. Now it is the time for questions and clarifications. Okay, anyone from the participants can ask questions or clarifications. Okay, Amala, is it possible to start a pilot program near college on the basis of your studies?
Yes, sir. We are actually under its way. We are behind that. We have already submitted a proposal to the IQAC team regarding the same. We are actually planning to start a sustainability cell as well as entrepreneurship and innovation cell to club and start a pilot project. We'll be visiting. Firstly, we will be conducting a pilot and field visit to the institutes and like places which make sustainable alternatives. For example, there is this project called Goonj, which makes sustainable cloth bags, as well as there is another brand called Sati and Anandi. They make banana fiber plants, etc. And even we had, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Wish you all the best for your proposed project, and thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Now I invite Mrs. Basima Sultana and Neenu Sharin for their presentation.
Hi, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Basima Sultana, and
Yes,
Meenu
sir.
Sherry.
Sir, am I audible? Sir, am I audible? Sir,
Sultana, you are audible and your presentation is visible.
okay. Can I start this presentation?
Yes.
Okay. Good afternoon, respected Chair and distinguished delegates. I am Basima Sultana, along with Nuni Shurin. We are postgraduate students of MSc Clinical Psychology at St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. It is a great honor to present our paper titled Rewiring the Brain, a Neuroscientific Innovation and Human Behavior. This study explores how the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize and adapt, known as neuroplasticity, interacts with advancing technologies that influence our cognition, emotion, and behavior. Innovations such as neurofeedback, brain-computer interfaces, and digital learning tools, technology is not only shaping but how we think, but also altering the structure and function of the human brain. Through this presentation, we aim to highlight the scientific basis, technological applications, and ethical implications of using technology to rewire brain for better mental health and cognitive performance. First slide. Let's begin with the foundation. What neuroplasticity actually means and why it matters in today's technological world. The human brain was once believed to be fixed after childhood, but research has shown it is highly adaptable. This adaptability is called neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity allows the brain to reorganize and form new neural connections as we learn, experience, and recover from injury. Modern technology now harness this natural adaptability through tools like brain-computer interfaces and neurofeedback and digital cognitive interventions. These innovations are transforming fields like rehabilitation, education, mental health, helping individuals regain functions or enhance cognition. However, the integration of such technologies also brings ethical challenges, especially around privacy, consent, and possible misuse. Next slide. Theoretical foundation of neuroplasticity. Let's look at the psychological and neurobiological theories that explain how neuroplasticity works. Neuroplasticity means the brain can modify its structure and function throughout life. It involves several processes. Synaptic plasticity, where connections strengthen with use, and neurogenesis, where new neurons form, especially in the hippocampus. The brain can also reorganize functions so that undamaged areas take over roles from the damaged regions, an essential mechanism in recovery after brain injury. Factors such as age, environment, learning stimulation, and stress influence how the brain can change. This concept aligns with Hebb's principle, neurons that fire together, wire together, meaning repeated activity strengthens neural pathway and learnings. Next slide. Mechanisms of neuroplasticity. Let's explore how neuroplasticity occurs, the actual mechanism behind brain damage. Synaptic plasticity modifies how responsive neurons are through process like long-term potentiation, that means LTP, which is strengthens signals, and long-term depression, that means LTD, which weakens them. Structural plasticity involves the creation of new synapses and dendritic branches, the physical growth of new connections. Functional plasticity refers to how the brain can reassign the functions after damage. For example, a nearby area may take over speech functions after a stroke. These mechanisms work together dynamically to allow learning, adaptation, and recovery. Targeted training or therapy can enhance these mechanisms for rehabilitation and cognitive development. Next slide. Technological innovations influencing neuroplasticity. Now, let's see how technology is being used to influence and enhance neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity, brain-computer interfaces, BCIs, directly connect the brain with external devices, translating brain signals to command. They are used in motor rehabilitation and cognitive enhancement by reinforcing specific neural pathways. Neurofeedback helps individuals consciously regulate their brain activity by showing them real-time feedback from EEG signals. Digital interventions such as virtual reality, cognitive training apps, targeted areas of the brain responsible for attention, memory, and emotional control. While these technologies hold promise, they also pose issues of privacy and unknown long-term impact. Next slide. Empirical evidence and case studies. The empirical evidence supporting these technological effects on neuroplasticity research shows that BCIs have improved motor recovery in stroke patients as neural engagement strengthens specific motor circuits. Neurofeedback has reduced anxiety and enhanced attention in conditions like ADHD, virtual reality. Based on cognitive training, helping older adults improve memory and spatial skills. Case studies shows that BCIs can even restore mobility using robotic exoskeletons and neurofeedback aids stress regulation among adolescents. Overall, these findings demonstrate the practical power of technology driven neuroplasticity in improving physical and psychological functioning. Next slide. Ethical considerations and the challenges. Now, it is important to reflect on the ethical side of this field. Recording brain data through BCIs and neurofeedback raises serious privacy concerns. And neural data is deeply personal. Cost and accessibility of neurotechnologies may widen the gap between those who can afford and those who cannot afford these tools. Ethical use requires informed consent, especially when long-term effects are uncertain. Using these technologies for enhancement, not for just therapy, also challenges ideas of fairness, autonomy, and identity. Therefore, ethical framework and policy guidelines are necessary to ensure responsible innovation and social justice. Next slide. Psychological and behavioral implication. Now let's consider how neuroplasticity and technology together shape behavior and mental health. Neuroplasticity strengthens learning and memory through repetitive actions of neural activations of neural circuits. It supports emotional regulation, helping reshape circuits related to stress and mood. Habits and behaviors form when repeated actions reinforce neural pathways. Cognitive flexibility or the ability to adapt to change is enhanced through neuroplastic reorganization. Interventions can also foster social skills and empathy, promoting positive behavior.
Ms. Basima Sultana,
Yes, ma'am.
sorry to interrupt. We are running
Okay.
short on time. Could you please wrap
Okay.
up your session?
Okay. Then let's move on to the concluding part. Let's summarize the key points. Neuroplasticity is the foundation of the brain's adaptability. It supports learning, healing, and behavioral changes. Modern technologies like BCIs, neurofeedback, and digital tools now allow us to intentionally shape brain's activity for therapeutic or enhancement purposes. While these innovations bring clear benefits, they also raise ethical, psychological, and social challenges. By balancing innovations with responsibility, we can use neuroscience to promote human well-being growth, cognitive growth, and emotional resilience. This is all of our studies. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Basima Sultana, for your excellent presentation. Now it is time for questions and clarifications. Anyone can ask. Okay, Fatima, regarding the brain-computer interfaces and digital interventions, which seems to be the best one for cognitive training programs. Both can be applied for these cognitive training programs. Among these brain-computer interfaces application or these digital interventions.
Okay, sir. Thank you for the question. According to my viewpoint, the answer for this question might be the BCIs and digital intervention tools helps for better understanding of the brain functioning.
Okay. Thank you, Sultana. Thank you, Sultana. Thank you for your presentation once again. Okay, thank you.
We sincerely thank Dr. Georgie K. for chairing this paper presentation session. His insights, guidance, and encouragement have greatly enhanced the quality and flow of the proceedings. We are deeply grateful for his time, presence, and valuable contribution to this session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
With this, the paper presentation session have come to an end. We express our sincere gratitude to all the presenters who have joined our conference from near and far, making it a huge success. I once again thank each and every one of you for your time, cooperation, and active involvement. Thank you. Thank you once again. Ladies and gentlemen, we will begin the valedictory session soon.
Patron saint of St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. A student spends his or her maximum time in the college campus. St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi is a unique institution of higher education in several ways. Its platitudinous tradition and consistent achievements in various fields of human activity develop it with a brilliance of outstanding temple of knowledge. St. Mary's College turned to be the first educational institution of CFIC in India when it was officially inaugurated by District Collector of Malappuram, Sri James Verghese IAS, in a public meeting presided over by Bishop of Tamarasheri, Mar Jacob Tumguri, on the 17th June 1996. Initially, the college offered pre-degree courses privately, and in the succeeding years, the institution marked its presence with private studies in BA History, BA Economics, BSc Maths, BA English, and BCom. Sister Udaya of CMC, of first batch, secured first rank in BA History. Many students have obtained ranks in various streams, and the recent achiever is Sri Lakshmi B, as she bagged the first rank in MA English during the academic year of 2016-18. We have trained security guard who can observe the students and help them around when they are not being taught in class or after college hours. Our campus spreads across about 11 acres situated near Angadipuram in the Malappuram district of Kerala. The college has the easy accessibility of both the road and the railways. The college campus is refreshingly green with beautiful gardens which provide a shady ambience to the premises. The college has a well-designed administrative block. Our administration block includes the principal's room, guest room, college administrative office, visitors lounge, examination section, and so on. Both the students and parents can approach the office for their admissions, fees payment, student scholarship, student registration, and all other educational needs. We are committed to maintain and enhance our biodiversity through appropriate environmental management techniques. It is true to its foundational vision and mission to develop the college as a unique institution recognized globally for its excellence and innovation, equipping the students to venture out into the competitive world. The college, through its many years of uncompromising journey, has grown into a pioneering institution offering 13 undergraduate programs and 3 postgraduate programs. Our college is a large and diverse organization with staff and students from a broad range of backgrounds and experiences. We aim to create a tolerant environment where everyone can reach their full potential. The college is endowed with excellent physical infrastructure, which provides an academic atmosphere conducive to the integrative development of the students. It has turned its perspective plan towards the best academic growth. Our classrooms, furniture, and other equipment are allotted to the departments to ensure their optimal utilization for conducting both curricular and co-curricular activities. Our college has an excellent teaching faculty with highly qualified and well-experienced staff. We care to maintain the teacher-student ratio. All teachers are full-time and the students are given special attention in their studies. The excellent result in the university examination is due to dedicated, constant effort by our staff. The teaching aids used by the staff are modern and helps the students to learn the subject thoroughly. Parents-teachers meeting is held periodically after each internal test, and students' performance is furnished to the parents directly. Our institution has adequate facilities for teaching and learning, and we have taken every care to provide all the facilities that are vital to bringing out the best in our students. Our
Good afternoon, everyone gathered here. As we move into the concluding part of our two-day internationally conference, we take a moment to reflect on enriching sessions, thoughtful discussions, and insightful presentations that have marked these days. This valedictory session stands as a grand finale, a moment to acknowledge every effort, every idea, and every voice that has contributed to the success of this academic venture. To begin the proceedings of this session, may I warmly invite Mr. Prashant P., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, esteemed guests, respected dignitaries, dear faculty members and participants. It is with great pleasure and a deep sense of honor that we gather here for the valedictory session of the two-day international conference jointly organized by St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi and the Catholic University, Our Lady of Good Counsel, Tirana, Albania. Over the past 2 days, we have witnessed meaningful academic dialogue, insightful presentations, and vibrant intellectual exchange, all contributing to the growth and enrichment of our academic community. This afternoon, as we draw the conference to a close, it is my privilege to extend a warm and respectful welcome to all present for this special valedictory session. With great respect, I now extend a heartfelt welcome to each of our esteemed dignitaries. First and foremost, I warmly welcome Reverend Dr. Denny Cholapalli, Principal, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, whose steadfast support and visionary leadership have been foundational to the success of this conference. Your presence today brings both guidance and inspiration to our academic endeavors. We are truly grateful to have you preside over this important session. Welcome, Father. A special and respectful welcome goes to our distinguished valedictory speaker, Reverend Father Shaji Thomas, Provincial Treasurer, CFIC, India. Your acceptance to address this session and declare the best paper greatly enriches the event, and we look forward to your insights and words of wisdom. Welcome, Father, to this session. Now I offer a gracious welcome to Mr. Sandeep A., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, who will deliver the vote of thanks. Your contribution to the seamless organization and culmination of this conference is deeply valued. Welcome, sir. I also, on behalf of the host, extend a very warm and respectful welcome to all the scholars, faculties, participants, students, and stakeholders joining us for the valedictory session of this international e-conference. Your presence, contributions, and enthusiasm make this event meaningful and enrich our academic community. Once again, I welcome all and have a great day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those heartfelt words of welcome. To lead us with his words of wisdom and encouragement, we are privileged to have with us our principal, Reverend Dr. Denny CM, a visionary leader and a constant source of inspiration. Father has always been at the forefront of guiding every academic and cultural pursuit of our college. May I now invite Reverend Dr. Denny CM to deliver the presidential address. Father, please.
Thank you, Mom. Respected Chief Guest, distinguished speakers, esteemed delegates, colleagues, and my dear students, a warm good evening to everyone. As we gather here for the valedictory session of this two-day international e-conference on innovations for sustainable future, bridging science, society, and policy, I am filled with immense pride and satisfaction. What began 2 days ago as a vision to bring together brilliant minds across disciplines has now culminated in a rich and meaningful exchange of knowledge, ideas, and inspiration. This conference has been more than a series of academic sessions. It has been a dialogue of hope, responsibility, and a shared commitment. Over these 2 days, we have listened to thought-provoking presentations, engaged in insightful discussions, and explored pathways to create a sustainable and inclusive future. Each paper, each discussion, and each interaction has added a new layer to our collective understanding of how science, society, and policy must converge to shape a world that cares for both people and the planet. At the inauguration, we reflected on the importance of connecting academic excellence with social responsibility. Today, I am happy to say that this conference has lived up to that ideal. It has reminded us that research is not only about discovery, but also about direction, about ensuring that our innovations serve humanity, strengthen communities, and sustain the environment for generations to come. I take this moment to extend my heartfelt gratitude to all our distinguished speakers and scholars who shared their expertise with us. Your contributions have enlightened us and widened our perspectives. My sincere appreciation also goes to all the participants and delegates, both from India and abroad, for your active engagement and valuable insights. A word of special recognition to our organizing committee, coordinators, and the dedicated faculty members who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this international event a resounding success. To our dear students who have been part of this journey as listeners, volunteers, learners, and presenting your papers, you are the two torchbearers of this mission. The values and lessons from this conference will surely inspire you to think critically, act ethically, and innovate courageously. As we conclude, let us remember that end of this conference is not the end of our efforts. It is the beginning of a renewed collaboration and commitment. The ideas born here must continue to grow into actions that make a real differences in our classrooms, communities, and policies. In the spirit of St. Mary's College, let us continue to uphold excellence blended with empathy and scholarship guided by service. Together, let us move forward to build a world that is sustainable, compassionate, and just. Thank you for all for your participation, enthusiasm, and dedication. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Father, for those inspiring words that remind us of the values and vision that guide all our endeavors. This conference has been a platform of exchange, growth, and collaboration, and it is only fitting that we bring it to a close with the wisdom of our distinguished guest. We are deeply honored to have with us Father Shaji Thomas, Provincial Treasurer, CFIC, India, to deliver the valedictory address and declare the best paper of the conference. Father Shaji's dedicated service to education and his exemplary leadership continue to inspire excellence across institutions. May I now invite Father Shaji Thomas to deliver the valedictory address. Father, please. Father, please.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, Father, you are audible.
Okay. Okay. Respected Principal Father Denny, Vice Principal Father Chako, esteemed dignitaries, respected participants, teachers, staff, and students. A very good evening to all. It is both an honor and a privilege for me to deliver a valedictory address at the culmination of this remarkable gathering of 2 days International E-Conference at St. Mary's College in collaboration with the Catholic University in Tirana. As far as I have understood, almost 51 research presentations in 5 streams took place here in 2 days regarding our theme. So I think it is really a mega event. It is definitely a place where minds met ideas and visions for a sustainable future were passionately discussed. This occasion, first of all, I thank all the coordinators of the event, especially the college for their readiness to collaborate with this remarkable event. Theme: Innovation by Sustainable Future, Bridging Science, Society, Policy is more than a headline. It is a call to action. It is a call to act immediately. A call that recognizes that the challenges we face, climate change, resource efficient, energy transition,
Father, the voice is breaking. You are not audible.
Hello.
Hello, Father.
Hello, sorry. Hello, can you hear?
Yes, now it is audible, Father.
So must be our response to act immediately and responsibly, being the citizens of a fast developing country who has a great role to play in a fast world. Moreover, it has become an inevitable task and challenge of the young generation to contribute as far as possible for a sustainable future without disturbing the normal and peaceful life of anyone on this earth. I'm sure that all the sessions you had in these 2 days conference enriched with sufficient material to act, understanding the need and necessity of our time. What is the significance of the innovation today? It is true that innovation is the most highlighted and used term in our conference. As you understood, innovation in its true sense is not just about new gadgets or technologies. It is about reimagining systems, rethinking paradigms, and redesigning the way we live and interact with the planet. Innovation is at the heart of this transition, not just technological innovation, but social, ecological, and institutional. Innovation that is inclusive, grounded in science, responsive to society, and supported by effective policy. It is about applying scientific knowledge in ways that enhance social well-being without compromising the ability of future generations to thrive. So we have seen over the course of this conference, the responsible innovation today must include multiple aspects. It must be ecologically responsible, socially inclusive, and economically viable. From climate resilient agriculture to green energy transitions, from circular economies to digital governance, innovations must be not only technologically sound, but also ethically grounded and people-centered. A bridging science and society. So science has often been kept separate from the everyday lives of people, which reduces its ability to make a real difference. To be truly effective, science needs to connect with and involve the society it serves. We need a two-way bridge where science informs society, but society also informs science. When we treat community knowledge and lived experience as valuable, not just personal stories, they become a key part of creating solutions that truly fit the local context, respect cultural values, and have strong support from the people they affect. The policy is an imperative for a sustainable future. It is equally crucial to have the bridge with the policies. Science can discover, society can adapt, but policy must enable. It is through informed, agile, and courageous policy making that innovation truly scales and transforms. Policy is the framework that determines whether a groundbreaking solution remains confined to a lab or reaches the hands of those who need it most. It decides whether incentives support sustainable choices or perpetuate extractive models. To the policymakers, the message from this gathering is clear. Engage deeply with the science, listen earnestly to society, and legislate with foresight and flexibility. Evidence-based policy is not a luxury, it is a necessity. Then we need to build bridges, not walls, not separation. This conference has reminded us that no one sector, discipline, or nation can tackle the complexity of sustainability alone. We must break down divisions and build bridges. We have to build bridges between scientists and farmers, between engineers and educators, between indigenous knowledge holders and urban planners, between governments, industry, academics, and civil society. In the face of climate change, pandemics, water scarcity, or biodiversity loss, we are bound by shared destiny. And so, let us also be bound by shared responsibility and shared innovation. Finally, a note of gratitude and a call to action. As we close this extraordinary event, I want to extend heartfelt gratitude to all organizers, speakers, and participants. The richness of discussions, the depth of insight, and the spirit of collaboration have been truly inspiring. But let us remember, this is not the end. It is a beginning. The true success of this conference will not be measured by how many papers were presented or how many panels were attended, but by what we choose to do next. Let's take these conversations beyond this venue. Let's transform them into policies that work, projects that empower, and technologies that heal rather than harm. Let us be the bridge, each of us, in our own capacities, joining hands across the disciplines and sectors to co-create a world that is not only innovative, but sustainable, just, and human. In closing, I leave with you the words of the late futurist Buckminster Fuller, who said, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete." Let's go forth and build that model together. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Father, you may now declare the best paper presenters of our conference.
Of course. Just 1 minute. So I am so happy to announce the best paper presentations in this e-conference that we held in 2 days. So these presentations were in 5 streams. And here to announce, first stream, applied science and technology for a sustainable future. Here we have 2 best papers. One is by Alan Alex, research scholar at Mar Athanasius College, Autonomous at Kodamangalam. Then second one, Renu K, assistant professor, Department of Computer Science, St. Mary's College. So congratulations. Then second stream, the human and literary landscape of sustainability. Here we have one presentation by Ms. Martina A., research scholar, Department of English, and Ms. Dr. Deepa Caroline, associate professor, Department of Science and Humanities, Karpanagam Academy of Higher Education, Coimbatore. Congratulations. Third, governance, policy, and historical context of sustainability. Here also we have 2 best paper presentations. One by Dr. Pooja A., Department of Political Science, St. Mary's College. Next is Veena O., Department of Political Science, St. Mary's College. Congratulations to both of you. Then fourth stream, economic and social strategies for sustainable development. Here too, we have 2 best paper presentations. First one by Anagha Krishnan, PG student, and Ashmi Tom, assistant professor, Department of Economics, Christ deemed to be University, Bangalore. The second one, Arjun Raj, and Shamija Jasmine, PG students, Department of Social Work, St. Mary's College. Congratulations. Then fifth stream, materials, energy, and physical innovations. Here we have Alina and Jose and Dinesh Raj R. Department of Botany and Biotechnology, Bishop Moore College, Mavelika. So congratulations. Congratulations and best wishes to all the participants. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Father, for that inspiring address and for your gracious declaration of the best papers. Your words have added depth and meaning to this concluding session.
Thank you.
On behalf of the organizing committee, International E-Conference, I would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations to all for being recognized as the best paper presenters at the Day 2 International E-Conference. Your sincere contributions have added colors to our program. Thank you once again. To express our gratitude to all who have contributed to the success of this two-day International E-Conference, may I now invite Mr. Sandeep A., Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce, St. Mary's College, to propose a vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Thank you, Anjana. Good evening, all. It's my distinct honor to deliver the vote of thanks for this inspiring two-day international conference, Innovations for a Sustainable Future, Bridging Science, Society, and Policy. First and foremost, our heartfelt gratitude goes to St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, and our esteemed collaborator, Catholic University of Our Lady of Good Counsel, Albania, for organizing this timely and successful event. We extend our sincere thanks to everyone who contributed to the success of this conference over the last 2 days. Our patrons and leaders, we thank Reverend Dr. Dennis E.M., Principal, St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi, for his presidential address. Father Nannam Prem Kumar, Principal, St. Joseph School, for the inaugural address, and a special thanks to Father Shaji Thomas, Provincial Treasurer, CFIC India, for the valedictory address and declaration of Best Paper Presenter. And a special thanks to the keynote speaker, Mr. Claudio De Alonso, Director, Researcher on the Economy of Transition Countries, Catholic University, Our Lady of Good Counsel, Albania, for his insightful inaugural address. The resource persons for the 2 days, our profound gratitude, Professor Dr. Gabriel Simon Tuttle and TV Murali Vallaban, for sharing their expertise and enriching technical sessions. We also extend our gratitude to the respected chairs of paper presentation session, Ms. Sonima Das, Department of Computer Science, and Mr. Jay Harilal S.J., Department of English, Ms. Sridevi V., Department of Economics, Ms. Jasil P., Department of Social Work, and Dr. Georgie K.E., for their invaluable presence, insightful feedback, and able moderation of these sessions. The presenters, our deepest appreciation to all the participants and paper presenters who shared their valuable research, making paper presentations on both day 1 and day 2 so engaging. Thank you to all the faculty members who took all the key roles, Mr. Abdul Musabir K. and Ms. Maria Tom, Mr. Nibin Kurian, and Dr. Pooja A. A very special word of appreciation goes to the conference coordinator, Ms. Deepa VT, whose tireless efforts, patience, and commitment ensured the smooth conduct of the entire event. We also extend our sincere thanks to the dedicated organizing team, Ms. Sharada Anilkumar, Mr. Prashant P., and Mr. Rajesh P.S., and Mr. Shamim, Mr. Siauddin, and Mr. Shankaran CP, and Ms. Sneha KP, and Ms. Mintu Sebastian, and Ms. Anjana P., for their teamwork, creativity, and hard work for over the past several months in planning and executing this conference to the perfection. Finally, we thank all the attendees for your enthusiastic presence and participation. Your engagement truly brought this e-conference to life. We look forward to seeing innovations and collaborations will rise from seeds sown over these 2 days. Thank you. Thank you once again to everyone.
Thank you, sir. Come to an end of this enlightening academic journey. Let us carry forward the spirit of learning, dialogue, and collaboration that this conference has inspired. These 2 days have been a celebration of intellect and shared curiosity, made possible through the dedication of our organizers and the enthusiasm of our participants and the support of our management and faculty. With hearts full of gratitude and minds enriched by knowledge, we officially draw the curtain on this international e-conference. Thank you all for your participation and presence. We look forward to meet again in the future academic endeavors of St. Mary's. Thank you. Thank you so much.
St. Mary's College is an educational institution established and run by the Congregation of the Sons of the Immaculate Conception, CFIC. Blessed Luigi Maria Monti, the founder of the Congregation of the Sons of the Immaculate Conception, CFIC, the patron saint of St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi. A student spends his or her maximum time in the college campus. St. Mary's College, Puthanangadi is a unique institution of higher education in several ways. Its platitudinous tradition and consistent achievements in various fields of human activity develop it with a brilliance of outstanding temple of knowledge. St. Mary's College turned to be the first educational institution of CFIC in India when it was officially inaugurated by District Collector of Malappuram, Sri James Verghese IAS, in a public meeting presided over by Bishop of Tamarasheri, Mar Jacob Tumguri, on the 17th June 1996. Initially, the college offered pre-degree courses privately, and in the succeeding years, the institution marked its presence with private study